Welcome to another Odd Man Out. My name is James. I'll be convincing my friend Harrison and my friend Faust to play a game called Bit Dungeon 2. So you guys ready?
Bit Dungeon 2. So is this linear?
So do you like action adventure games? It is an action adventure game. So think, I would assume a little bit linear, but think top, you remember Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past?
Yeah.
Top view like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Have my attention.
And it's a dungeon game.
Okay.
And it's so essentially you're a little 8-bit sprite character.
Okay.
And your goal is to destroy these, I think, 6 or 7 bosses to open up the world of this dark portal and defeat the main boss in there. That's your whole goal.
Okay.
There's no backstory because this is just a time killer. This is just something if you want to play something and have fun with.
So, 8-bit dungeon. So this is Bit Dungeon. I keep on wanting to say 8-bit. It's Bit Dungeon 2.
Bit Dungeon, sorry. Bit Dungeon 2.
What happened to Bit Dungeon 1?
There never was a 1.
There never was
I
a
what I
1.
could find.
There never was a 1.
I came across this because me and my friend found this on Steam, and you could find it right now for $1.
It's $1.
Literally $1, 99 cents. It's just something that you can, if you want to waste some time and play a clicking game, that's a clicking game.
Have you ever beaten it?
Yes. I've beaten it a couple times.
How long does it take your average
playthrough?
Yeah.
Half an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Half an hour.
Yeah.
So it
Just defeat all the bosses and the main guy in the center.
sounds reasonably shorter than, say, Binding of Isaac or Rogue Legacy.
Yeah, exactly. But it has that same Rogue Legacy feel because if you beat the final boss, it starts you over again with the gear you have on, and it gets harder and harder.
Is everything randomly generated, or is it the same every time?
It's the same dungeon. That's the only difference.
Ooh.
Yeah, like I said, it's 99 cents. If it was more than that, I probably wouldn't recommend it. But if you're wanting some, actually, I probably still would. It's a good game that if you just want to play it, just a game and not think, it's a good.
But it's 30 minutes of the same thing every time.
Well, so yeah, it's the same dungeon, but it gets harder and harder and harder. Mm-hmm. Okay.
This sounds like going to work.
Sounds like going to work.
Yeah.
You must have a crap job if it gets harder.
The dungeon boss doesn't change, but the monsters kind of do. The bosses don't change, so the maps kind of change, but it's mainly the bosses.
Right, the maps kind of change, but the dungeons never do.
Yeah.
Elaborate on this.
Like you're walking through each area. It's like a map. You go with like Legend of Zelda. You go from one area of the map to another, and there's minions that you fight to get coins to level up.
Okay, so there's an overworld map that changes.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that the location of the dungeon changes every time?
No.
No.
No. No. Yes, they do. I forgot. Yes, they do.
Okay, because I was wondering if the overworld map changes, how could the dungeons not change? So that makes sense.
Keep the dungeon the same. I don't know.
Well, I mean location.
Okay, I see what you mean. But the game itself, it's like I said, it's 99 cents. You can look it up on Steam. You can actually have it on your phone too.
You can have it on your phone too.
Your smartphone you can download it for. I don't know how much it is on the phone right now, but
do you know how old this game is?
It's about 3 years old.
3 years. Okay, so it's been out 3 years. It's $1.
Right now, it's
$1. Okay. It's available on PC.
PC.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Apple iOS because I don't own an Apple product.
Okay.
And Android.
Okay. How much is this game when it's not on sale?
$3-4.
$4?
Yeah, it's not really that expensive. Yeah.
Okay. And with this game, you said it's like action adventure, and you're saying you get to keep your gear, but it gets harder. Keep your gear, but it gets harder
each time you go through a gameplay. It gets harder,
and then you die.
You die. Yeah. You only have 1 life because each time you die, you have a little spirit thing, and that spirit sends you back to a a checkpoint, which is a little campfire.
Okay.
And that'll send you back there, and then you go pick up that spirit again, and then you can have 1 life, but you only get 1 retry. If you die the second time around, you have to start all over.
So you have 2 lives, actually.
Well, yeah, 2 lives, technically.
So I'm hearing that this is an action-adventure game where you go into a semi-randomly generated dungeon, fight the same bosses, and then if you win, you get to keep your current loadout and then go through the whole thing again. probably another semi-randomly generated dungeon, same bosses, and just keeps on going like that until you die. Now, combat-wise, is this ranged melee magic?
You have ranged melee magic. You can choose between them, because when you start off, it's kind of like the original Zelda, when he goes into the little cave and finds the guy, here, take the sword. It's too dangerous to go alone. But except you go into the cave and there's an axe, a wand, and a dagger. So
Depending on which one you choose,
is which loadout you want to do.
Okay.
And you also have strength, agility, and stuff like that. And you find little spheres that upgrades those that you can use to upgrade your strength, which gives you more damage, magic, intellect.
Okay, so there is a leveling up process to this game.
And there's
too.
also a gear. Yeah, there's you can the highest I've reached on my game for PC was like level 70 something.
Okay.
And each gear has, typical adventure game.
So
gray,
this doesn't
blue, gold.
So you're reaching level 70. This doesn't say that you've played the game through 70 times in a row.
I played the game a lot.
But do you get a new level every
It's like
fleet? Or do you get multiple levels?
Every time you kill the guys and you get the experience, you level up.
Okay.
And so, you kill either the bosses or you kill the randomly generated bad guys on each section of the map. And every time you leave a map and go back to the area, like if I'm in this section, I go to this one, and I go back, the guy's back again. They spawn. They don't,
so it's
they don't
Symphony of the Night rules.
Yeah, they don't go away. The bad guys,
Zelda does that too.
yeah, they
it's
don't
true.
go away. So you can continue to level and level and level and level, and go take on a boss.
Okay. Now, you said that when you first start the game, you get to choose, basically an axe, a dagger, or a wand.
Yeah, pretty much.
But you get stats later on for everything.
Yeah, you can change the stats according to the way you want to go.
So you can change later on to be like, I'm going to be magic dagger stabber. Okay.
Yes, you can.
So is there any bows, or is it the
Yes,
only...
there is.
There is bows.
There is bows.
Is there a
I honestly
boomerang?
didn't really use the... No, there's no boomerang, unfortunately.
No boomerang.
There's bows. I like those. The loadout that I like the most is the dual wielding axes.
So you can dual wield. Okay. So
it sounds like there's some customization involved here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you get different types of levels of gear. You get the blue gear, the orange gear, the gray gear, and each one of them has stats on them. And you can click on I think the alt, and it shows you the different stats on them.
Do you have limited inventory slots?
Yes, unfortunately. You have a very limited inventory spot.
So you have to do some inventory management.
Yes, there is a minor inventory management, but yes, there is.
Is there any points in picking up the lower grade gear?
No. At some point, there's no point.
So there's no point in selling it or anything.
Is there money?
Is there
There's
money?
no money.
Yeah,
There's no money.
So it's just complete.
Oh, no.
Equipment
There
economy.
is money
Yeah.
because it's not gold per se. It's like their current version of currency is kind of like this blue orb thing. So you pick it up and you go take that to the person. You can buy stuff or you can pick it up through a chest. Because there's this one, there's two different vendors. There's a vendor that sits there. You collect these items, take it to him. You have a chance of opening a treasure chest and loading something.
Okay.
So he's like, I'll take these souls or whatever they are. Because they look like souls.
Does it
and
have?
you open a chest.
You say it's 8-bit. Like you have this 8-bit avatar and everything like that. Does it have a sort of a unique art style to it, or is it really blocky, or does it look like some other game?
I think it has its own unique style. It's a kind of 8-bit feely.
Okay.
It's kind of like the old school 8-bit games that we used to play.
But maybe a bit smoother animation.
Yes, smoother,
More
definitely.
frames to the thing.
Exactly. It doesn't look as blocky as like an Atari system.
Do the enemies vary?
They do. They
so
do
it's
vary.
never like just fighting palette swap after palette swap.
Exactly, because you have like the frozen. It's like the Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past map. You have the frozen section. You have this section. Different sections of this huge, massive map that you can go through. And there's like 6 or 7 different styles or areas you have to go, dungeons you have to go through, and you go fight them. And then you go in the middle and you open up this portal and you go to the Dark World, and that's when you fight the final boss.
Okay.
Is there a world in the Dark World, or is it just
You just
enter
the
a
portal
room and fight the
bam.
boss?
It's not a room. It's actually a maze. It's a maze that you have
Okay.
to go
So
through
you have to go-
that leads to the boss's dungeon. So it's actually not just a room.
So you have to go through. You open a portal. You have to go through a maze, and then the final boss's dungeon, and then fight the final boss.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not just like, oh no, you open the portal, now fight the boss. No.
Okay. So is this a single player game, or are you allowed to go do co-op with it?
It's a single player game.
It's just a single player game?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay.
And there's not that much achievements for it, so.
So no EP.
Yeah, there's like maybe 3 achievements, man.
Well, for $1. So like, if this were any other price, I would say I already have Enter the Gungeon and Binding of Isaac and Rogue Legacy and Desktop Dungeon, and I know about plenty of other roguelike games that do the same thing. But for $1, I mean, yeah, that's something you could put on like a really kind of like a small system or a weak system that you want to just have a game to play if you have time to kill. And you say it's available on mobile. So
it's on the Google Store.
That's something that I can't really say for the other games that I just listed. So I'd be willing to give this a shot.
What about you?
Definitely.
You want me to crack my wallet for $1?
For $1.
For $1.
Well, right now it's on sale, but yes, $1.
You know, I would rather help support somebody with a creative effort for $1 than give $1 to a homeless person. So, sure.
That's an interesting sentiment.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I convinced both of these two to give Bit Dungeon 2. I almost said 8-2. I actually did say it a couple times.
Bit Dungeon 2.
Bit Dungeon 2 a try. So if you like what you're seeing here, please comment and subscribe and
like.
And that will be the end of the show today. I want to thank you all for your time.
We'll see you next week, folks.
Laters.
1.
Oh, welcome to another Odd Man Out.
Oh, wait a minute.
I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Someone's starting. Someone's gonna start.
Oh my God.
Well, are you gonna start? You did the whole thing, so I figured you were starting.
To kill. You get to the point where like he dwells, and there's a small cutscene that happens where you go in and literally like a foot that fills your entire screen. Boom.